of the Day on Lumen Christi TV. Today the church celebrates St Jerome Emilani. Emilani was a careless and a religious soldier for the city-state of Venice. He was captured in a skirmish at an outpost town and chained in a dungeon. While in prison, Jerome had a lot of time to think, and he gradually learned how to pray. When eventually he escaped, he returned to Venice, where he took charge of the education of his nephews and began his own studies for the priesthood. In the years after his ordination, events again called Jerome to a decision and a new lifestyle. Plague and famine swept northern Italy. Jerome began caring for the sick and feeding the hungry at his own expense. While serving the sick and the poor, he soon resolved to devote himself and all he owned to others, particularly to abandoned children. He founded 3 orphanages, a shelter for the penitent prostitutes, and a hospital. Around the year 1532, Jerome and 2 other priests established a congregation known as the Clerks Regular of Somasca, who were dedicated to the care of orphans and the education of youth. Jerome died in the year 1537 from a disease he caught while tending the sick. He was canonized in the year 1767, and by the year 1928, Pius XI named him the patron of orphans and abandoned children. Dear friends, very often in our lives it seems to take some kind of imprisonment to free us from the shackles of our self-centeredness. When we are caught in some situation we don't want to be in, we finally come to know the liberating power of another. Only then can we become another for the imprisoned and the orphaned all around us. The father of orphans and the defender of widows is God in his holy dwelling. God gives a home to the forsaken. He leads forth prisoners to prosperity. Only rebels remain in the parched land. We should not forget the growing number of persons who are often abandoned by their families and by the community. Think of the old, the orphans, the sick, and all kinds of people who are rejected. We must never count these people as nuisance, but take time to reach out to them. We must be prepared to take on new functions and new duties in every sector of human activity, and especially in the sector of world society, if justice is really to be put into practice. And as Christians, our option is always the poor. Our action is to be directed above all at those men and nations which, because of various forms of oppression and because of the present character of our society, are silent indeed, voiceless, victims of injustice. St. Jerome is the patron saint of orphans and abandoned children, and as we celebrate him this day, it is our earnest prayers that through his intercession, God will grant us the compassion and courage to reach out to those who are abandoned around us. St. Jerome, pray for us. Thanks for staying with us. It's been Saints of the Day on Lumen Christi TV.